I'm gonna be doing something a little bit different here because I'm gonna be showing you the behind the scenes of my entire desk setup, from the lights to the camera I'm using to my desk. I've recently rearranged all this and also did some upgrades, and so I'm going to show you all of that in this video. If you're interested in anything we talk about, links will be in the description. Let's get to it. Now, I do want to start this video off talking about my desk because I recently have upgraded from this one, which was a workbench I picked up at a hardware store. And the thing with this is it is wobbly and loud. It's got this manual raise the desk crank for being able to get it up to a standing desk or down lower. And also to note, it is a 2-beam desk, which means one, it can only hold so much weight on it, usually like 200, 250 pounds. But also because there's just 2 beams holding it up, that's what also adds to the wobbliness of these types of desks. And that is where the new desk comes in, which is the FlexiSpot E7 Plus. I was sent this by FlexiSpot. They are also sponsoring this video. And as you can see, this is a 4-beam desk. You've got 2 of the beams in the back, you've got 2 in the front, which gives it absolutely great stability. So for example, I've got a bottle of water here. If I just put my hands down on this and try to shake it back and forth, you can see how much that water is shaking. However, if we scoot this camera back and do the exact same test here on the E7 Plus, you are not getting that insane amount of shake, which is great for both stability, but also weight, which means you can literally sit on the desk yourself and be able to use the motorized controls to lift yourself up. And here it is at full height, which is absolutely crazy. I'm getting cut off the camera now, way higher than this desk. And I could probably put another person up here because it holds 540 pounds of weight. And the actual height of this is 51.57 inches, which is the highest 4-leg standing desk you can buy. Gonna try and drop down here. And keep in mind, I'm 6'2", and this is like coming up to here on me. Like, this gets insanely high. I might actually be able to get in my chair. Oh my word. I could have like a little fort under here. And if you ever want to switch it back to a sitting desk, you can easily control it here. There's also presets here. It's easy enough to just push and it goes right down. Now, these desks do come with a 15-year warranty as well as a 30-day risk-free return service. And when you actually compare the FlexiSpot to other 4-beam stand-up desks, you'll find a lot of those other competitors are over $1,000, while the FlexiSpot remains budget friendly. And depending on what size and what type of desk you're looking for, FlexiSpot's website has tons of different options to choose from. Whether you want something that's super wide or a bit more compact, there's a lot of great options to choose from. Don't miss out on your chance to get your own E7 Plus 4-legged standing desk. If you have a limited budget, you can choose their E7 Premium desk. You can also use my code right here to get $50 off your order. As a socially responsible company, FlexiSpot also offers special discounts to doctors, military, students, and more. Click the link below now. Moving on, let's talk about the camera I am using for my videos, which is the Sony A7C. This is an incredible camera, full frame sensor, but also compact. And yes, if you are wondering, I have bought 2 of these. I have loved them that much. Shoots full HD, can also shoot 4K with a bit of a crop, but it doesn't really bother me too much because I'm already shooting on a very wide angle lens. This is actually the G Master f1.8 20mm, so a very wide focal length. So even with the 4K crop, it's still very wide. And then that f1.8 makes it really usable in low light. And I think I've been using this camera for about like 2 to 3 years, and I've never found an issue with it. Probably gonna still use it for quite some time. And the way I have this set up is I have it on a tripod that I bought from Goodwill, which you probably can't find anywhere. And then I just have it in the corner with my desk kind of sideways pointed there. And that's what's kind of giving this current setup, as you can see. Which one, I think it's a cool angle, but 2, when I'm not filming, I have this whole space here I can work, and all the content creation stuff's over that way. Now our next piece of tech is the light box that I am using. We've got a lantern box on here, which I bought off of Amazon, and it's attached to the Zhiyun G60. Now, I was actually sent this for free by the company, made a video I think a few years ago, and I'm still using it to this day. It has worked absolutely great, doesn't make noise or anything like that, and when you get the right attachments for this, it can do a really good job. And I'm actually using the lantern here, and even with all the lights off, and just using the lantern box, it still does an incredible job of just lighting up for just using one light. And it is definitely on the pricier side for just buying one single light and having to buy that attachment, but to me, I think it's worth it. It gives such a professional look and a soft light on my face. And if you're gonna end up doing this for years anyway, you might as well invest in something like that. Up next, we have this lamp that I have in the background. I just picked this up off of Amazon. I just looked for something that had a remote or the ability to adjust the brightness and color temperature. That's what that one does. So I can turn the brightness up, I can turn the brightness down. And that just allowed me to really be able to, however this light is set up, make sure that light isn't overpowering the background and is kind of just like an accent, it's there to just look cool, essentially. And then just a bit over, and actually behind me, are the, I don't know what you want to call these, LED tower things. You see them all the time. People put them behind their TVs and in their rooms. I just picked some up. I wasn't really getting too specific about it. As long as it could change colors, that's all I cared about. And so I just have that on a blue color. It's actually it's not super bright just because I am filming in a darker environment. And that's just there to kind of add some more interest to this side of the room. If I actually turn this off just to show you, this looks so boring, and there's this big dark gap back there. I just didn't like how this looked, so I was I need something to light up back there. That's where I added the blue in, and that's why the blue exists back there. But bought two of those, does the job. And then finally, we have a light that you actually can't see in this setup. If I move over, you'll see it shining back there. That is the Zhiyun X100. This was also something I was sent by a company for free, and I haven't stopped using it since they've sent it to me. And basically, it's a very like a beam light, where it's just, especially with the attachment on it, it just gives a direct beam, and I'm having that shine onto my back and the back of my head, and it's helping me stand out from the background. And you'll actually be surprised how big of a difference this makes. Adds a bit of separation from the background, helps give it that cinematic look, and so I'll turn that on, put that behind me. So we've got one light here, and then a light separating me from the background, and then all the other lights in the background are just kind of there to look fancy and neat. And that's what's creating this whole lighting setup. Now, something you also don't see on camera is my computer on the front. I did also just upgrade this. This is the M4 Pro version, 24 gigabytes of RAM, 2 terabytes of storage. I needed to get more storage on my computer, especially filming in 4K now officially. And then also just dealing with all the files and stuff. I was gonna go for like a 4 or an 8 terabyte, but that was just gonna be way too much storage for the price. Maybe one day I'll end up getting 4 or 8 terabytes, but at least with 2, if all these video files fill up, I can at least transfer 1 terabyte of video files off to some kind of SSD or something like that. And then it's also being held up by this holder thing I got off of Amazon as well. And the whole purpose of this is just to get the computer up and closer by the camera. So that way, if I am doing like a live stream or I wanna look at my notes real quick, it's not so unnatural for me to look down, or even if I'm on a video call with someone, I can look at them and it's almost like my camera is a webcam. And so this increases in height, I can lower it, I can raise it. And so it really helps me have my screen close to the lens, and I find that useful, especially if I need to look down at my notes real quick or something like that. And that's my setup. If you have a question, feel free to drop a comment down below. And also, just a quick reminder that FlexiSpot is having their Brand Day and Memorial Day sale that's coming up May 19th through the 28th. There'll be site-wide discounts up to 65% off. So if you are thinking about upgrading your workspace, that is the time to do it. So I'll catch you guys later.